Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new video where we are continue modeling our Mr. Incredible character in ZBrush. So last time we defined a little bit better the shape of the body. As you can see, it's starting to becoming pretty recognizable. And today what I want to do is I want to detailing the head. Now in order to do this, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm going to separate the head, and this way I can subdivide it and going to a fairly high poly count without having to worry about the overall poly count of the entire character, because to be fair, for the body I don't really need that super high amount of polygons, and so rather than subdividing the entire mesh, I think I'm gonna split the character, like the head and the arms and the feet, so I can work with separate pieces and having things a little bit more manageable for me and for my computer, which is pretty old. So let's see. So first off, I'm going to go to separate the head. So you can see I'm going to separate the head about here, and in order to do this, I'm gonna do a duplicate. It's always a good idea. I'm gonna do a duplicate of my model, and clicking on solo, I'm gonna isolate it. As you can see, the eyeballs disappeared. And let's see, let's get out from perspective mode. Let's see, in order to do this, there's a couple of ways I can do this. So if you remember from previous videos, I have these polygroups that they were generated from the initial Z spheres. Now the way these polygroups are defined, it's not very useful for me at the moment, so I think I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna create new polygroups, but first I'm gonna go to polygroup tab here, and I'm gonna click on group visible. What this is gonna do is gonna assign one polygroup to everything that is visible, so in this case the whole character. And now let's see what I can do. Let's see if I hold Control Shift, I can go here and change my selection mode to, let's say, slice curve. So what slice curve supposedly could do, as you can see, I have this this line here. This will slice my model and will also create a new polygroup. Now if I hold space, I can also move this around, but I think a cut about here, maybe something like this, or even lower, something like that. Let's see what we got. So as you can see, now I have two polygroups, and I have a very clean cut from the head. Let's see if the size looks about right. Actually, it's even more than I need. Let's undo that. Let's try again. So again, I hold Control Shift and drag, and then while holding Control, I also hold space to move my selection around, and something like this maybe. let's see. Let's do something like this. Let's place our character roughly the same size, and now the size of the neck of the version that I have seems to be much larger, so I'm gonna address that. Let's see. If I go here to my move brush and just scale this guy a little bit. Also, I want this to be a little bit more round, because if I scroll through my images, I should have something. As you can see from here, the part of the dress where the head comes out, it's pretty round. So let's see if we can get that. And actually, it's not even. It's even smaller, much smaller than the one I've cut off. So let's address that. And let's see. Maybe from here. Let's try to keep it as round as possible. Something like this, maybe. Something like that. Doesn't have to be perfectly round, but something like that, maybe. And like so. I can smooth. Actually, if I smooth, obviously my poly group will change, but yeah. Oops, what's going on here? Something got messed up last time. Let's see. Something like that, maybe. And let's see if I can find a view from the side. Let's go back to my global view here. Okay. I don't have one. Maybe this one. No, it's hard to see. But I mean, it's not super important, to be honest. But maybe something like that could do. Let's go back to this image here, and let's move around. Let's see if we can get rough alignment. Something like that. And again, if you watched the previous video, I talk about how this character that I'm making, it's on this is called A pose, with the arms bent like this. And while obviously the character in the promotional images have a different pose, so let's do something like that. And actually, what I can do, I can click again on group visible to remove my poly group, because I want to smooth here a little bit. Maybe I've smoothed it too much. Now that I have reproportioned the neck, Let's see. Kinda, I don't want to lose volume though, so I need to be careful to bring this volume back. Maybe a little bit here. And let's smooth it out, and something like that maybe. I accidentally moved the chin, but I will define the chin better soon. So let's do again. Let's do again the slice. So again, Control Shift and drag something like this, maybe. Let's see what we got. Actually, it's going a little bit too high. I want this to be a little bit more straight. Let's do something like this, maybe. Let's see. Something like that, maybe. Although I'm still not happy about the shape of the neck. Let's see if we can do something about it. Add a little bit more volume here. Because the neck is, his neck is massive, but he has this kind of a rounded, it's kind of like a, if you imagine like a tree that it's cut in, it's cut at the bottom, it's kind of round like that. So let's try to keep that as a base, because if I move from here, as you can see, this is not very round. Again, this is, let's try to adjust this. Maybe something like this. Yeah, okay, I think something like this could do. Yeah, something like that. Let's do the same for the arms. What we could do, so if I do this right here to cut the arm, just as an example, what will happen is that ZBrush will cut through like this, and obviously we don't want that. Even if we have symmetry activated, for some reason ZBrush doesn't, the symmetry with the slice curve doesn't work the way you would expect. So what we can do there is, once we define how to cut the arms, like what's the best place, let's see, let's go back to this view, and let's see this image. So the arms, they go kind of like that. So what we can do to avoid that weird cut there is going back to our regular selection, and if we hide like this the rest of the polygon, and then we do a slice rect, no, actually I want a slice curve here. Let's see, if we slice like this, you get these, but you don't really, I don't really want this. Let's see, as you can see, it's not slicing. It's not really slicing correctly. So what I think I can do, I can just slice half of this, and yeah, maybe I'll do that. I can just slice half here, but actually, you know what? Let's do the body later. Let's focus on the head for now. So now that we got this polygroup here, what I can do is simply I can Control Shift and click on this polygroup to hide everything else, and then if I go here to Geometry and then go to Modify Topology and I click Delete Hidden, what this will do will delete every polygon that it's hidden. So this is now my active mesh. We still have the body here. This is the previous one that has the body and the head, but in this polygroup, in this subtool, we only have the head. And now what I can do, so if I as you can see, this is hollow, but if we're gonna work with Dynamesh, Dynamesh does not work with hollow mesh. So if I refresh now, oops, I still have my slice curve. If I refresh my Dynamesh, this is what ZBrush is gonna do. ZBrush is basically going to close automatically any gap, any hole that it finds, which is pretty neat. Now, as you can see, the borders here are a little bit jagged. I'm not too concerned about this right now because we will retopologize this eventually. So, but let's see if I now basically let's hide this one and get out of solo mode to bring back the eyes. Now, if I subdivide my mesh, I can smooth here a little bit. Like this border can be smoothed out a little bit like that. And what I can do now is going back to my geometry and Dynamesh and increase also is to 1024 and see what happens. Okay, so now we have regenerated our Dynamesh and we can start defining the character a little bit better. It's still not enough for the full detail, so I think we're gonna have to go one more step of subdivision, but before doing that we need to define a little bit better features like the ears and nose and things like that, because at the moment they are very rough. They're a little bit too rough. So let's go to this image here. Zoom in a little bit. And so previously we had a view saved that was, but oh, okay, right, that's gone because unfortunately the view is not saved with the tool. You need to save the project if you want to save the view, and I didn't do that because I forgot. So let's do that again. So let's go to let's say custom 1, and let's try to align our head as best as we can to the one on the image, the reference image that we have. Let's see. Let's go to perspective. Again, if you watch the previous videos, I've mentioned that before, but there's no way to know exactly what this image field of view of camera is using. So when we switch to perspective mode, the perspective mode basically is using ZBrush default FOV, which I think it's 50. Let me check. It's somewhere here. Yeah, it's 50. But this angle of view, I never really understood quite what this 50 means. It doesn't seem to be 50 millimeters of a lens, so I'm not really sure what to do with that information. But I don't really care anyway, because again, I don't know what the field of view of the original image here is, so I'm gonna have to kinda improvise. Let's do something like, let's see, something like this maybe, and something like this. Let's use this view again. Also, our character here is perfectly symmetrical, while this character here, it's posed. So every time the animator poses the character, obviously part of his body will deform accordingly. So like the neck, you can see there's just no way this is gonna be perfectly aligned, but we don't really care. I'm just gonna roughly align eyes, nose, let's see, something like that. I kind of want to have like the eyes, nose, mouth, and chin roughly aligned, but it's quite challenging to do. Maybe something like this, but our chin at the moment it's kind of too low, but we'll fix that. Let's see. Also the angle, I'm trying to match the angle here, but it can be quite complicated. But let's go with this for now. We will adjust it further later. So let's go here and store our view, and I don't really need to see the polygroup anymore. Now let's start with the ears, because they clearly need, compared to the last time, they changed quite a bit. So let's move the ear like this, smooth a little bit, and something like that. Now with the ears in place, I can also try to align a little bit better here. Let's go to texture and store view again, and let's see. Now the ears, let's see some other image. So the ears of the character are pretty simple, very stylized. He has this depression here, and then that's about it basically. So let's do the same with our character. So first of all, I'm gonna fill this volume like this, even a little bit more, like so, and then smooth out a little bit. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna, actually I think I do have, if I remember from my previous collection of images, I should have one that shows the side of the head. There you go, this one. You can see the side here. So let's see. I'm not entirely sure that the ears comes out this much. Let's see. Well, they do come out quite a bit. Actually, I kind of like this image here. Let's see if we can manage to. Let's go to texture, custom view 2. Let's see if we can also align somehow to this view. It's always a good idea to have multiple alignments going on. Let's see. Obviously, his facial expression is different in this image. Let's go to perspective again, because that makes quite a difference. And let's see. I wish ZBrush had some sort of like alignment tool. I hope that something like that will come out in the future version of ZBrush. I really love ZBrush, but like everything else, it's very good, but it's far from being perfect. I would love to have some other feature that are missing. Let's see, something about here. That's not too bad. Again, the chin I made, it's way too big. But I'll adjust that, and let's align it something like maybe here. And alright, so let's go to texture and store view. So yeah, what I want to do, I want to try to define this shape of the ear that goes inside, kind of like this, and let's see. Yeah, it goes inside a little bit, so let's make this part going like so. Let's just dig it a little bit like that. Doesn't have to be super deep, something like that maybe. And kind of like that. And let's see how this looks. Actually, this part here, it's a little bit more, it's a little bit higher, something like that. Now let's move to our previous view. Let's see what we got. So custom 1. Yeah, it looks let's say it looks pretty close. Maybe, let's see, maybe this part here should be a little bit less defined, something a little bit more like this. Let's smooth it out a little bit, but as far as shape concerned, it looks pretty close. So next thing we're gonna do, I'm going to address the chin. Now what I'm gonna do a selection. I don't want the neck here to be affected that much, so let's go to lasso. Let's do, whoops, lasso, and let's do a lasso selection for the mask, like that, because I don't really want the neck to be affected that much. I just want the chin to be lifted a little bit. And let's see, kind of like that, a little bit. I don't want, if you remember, when we align it from one of the side images, again, it was fairly similar, but the character changes size. The size of the face changes a lot based on what expression he has. So it's kind of hard to find one universal match. That's pretty much not. That's just not gonna happen. So let's see. Let's go back here to custom one, and yeah, as you can see, the chin here, it's even it looks like it's wider here, and it's smaller like here. This part of the chin, it's smaller, but again, we can't really match perfectly the image. Let me go back to custom one. So let's see what we can do. Here we can smooth a little bit the chin here, and again, the shape of the ears should be, if you look at here, should be a little bit higher, like so. Like the attachment point here is not as smooth as the one that I made. Also, yeah, that's not supposed to happen. Let's get rid of that. Like so. Alright. I like that. And I want to define the chin a little bit better. Let me just first also define the ear here a little bit better, like that. And the chin, let's see. Okay, so let's define the chin shape a bit better. We can add a little bit of volume like this, and then smooth it out. But actually, I'm gonna undo that, or I'm gonna scroll down here through the history. Instead, I'm gonna keep this, keep this area here. ZBrush, since I went back quite a bit in my history, it says if I click OK, I will lose the previous history from this point onwards. So I say yes, okay. Let's see. I'm actually gonna use a dem standard brush, and in the stroke option, I'm gonna click on lazy mouse and increase the radius. What this is gonna do, it's gonna, so the lazy mouse basically creates this trail that it's smoothed out. It's very smooth. It allows you to create very clean stroke. Then I'm gonna smooth out a little bit because I don't want it to be as sharp, as defined as that. Just gonna do it like this, and maybe like the bottom of the neck needs to be a bit smoother, like so. And then it can go kind of like this here. Let's see. Let's move this part a little bit. Oops. Let's move down like so. Like the chin. Kind of like that. And okay. I'll make it a little bit less pointy. And alright. I'm gonna click on quick save just to have something like that. And now go back to our custom one view, see what we got. So again, the shape of our chin, I kind of like it went a little bit too inside, so let's bring this guy a little bit onward again. But as you can see, as I'm doing this other side doesn't really match, so I'm gonna do something in between, so it goes, you know, a little bit outside here and stays a little bit inside this and this view, because probably his chin here is deformed because he's doing this smirk expression here. So I'm gonna keep it like that for now. We will deform as well our character when it's ready to be posed, but that's gonna be like the last thing. Now let's define a little bit better these creases here. Again, dem standard, and let's see, the creases, they seem to go from here to here. Let's see what we got. If I go back to my custom view, they look a bit too separated, too far away from each other. Let's see. Yeah, maybe something like that. And then I'm gonna smooth out the top because I don't want it as sharp. Something like that. And actually this part here, it's a little bit, it goes a little bit too much outside. I want it to be a little bit more towards inside, like that. I think I'm gonna need more detail here, but actually what what I will do, like instead of keep subdividing this mesh, what I will do after I finish defining a little bit better the shape of the head, I will probably do a retopology of the head. Retopology is basically is the way that the polygons are laid down along on the surface, and but I will get a little bit better explanation when I get into that. So for now, at this stage, I'm just interested in defining as best as I can the shape of the head, because when I do the retopology, basically I'm gonna have to trace what I have here. So I want to have this mesh already as defined as possible. Now another thing that I want to do here is like this nice sharp crease that he has here. So to do that, I'm gonna go to the pinch brush. So I'm gonna hit P on my keyboard, so it's gonna display only the brush that starts with the letter P, and I'll select pinch. And with this selected, I'm just gonna start pinching this area here to create that a little bit of that crease. Let's see. Let's go back here and let's make this area a little bit more defined, something like that. First of all, let's make sure that I'm doing it in the right. Yeah, now, so this is way too high, as you can see. It should be about here. So let's bring down. Again, this is an expression already that he has, but since I kind of like this expression, I think this is gonna be at the end, either this one or this one. This one is, yeah, it's kind of cool as well. But as you can see already from here, look how his eyes are not symmetrical. Like this one is more open and it goes down a little bit. So we will conform to this specific expression only at the end when we finished our model. For now, we're gonna keep doing it symmetrically because that's easier. So I'm gonna bring this shape out a little bit more. Let's see where we are at. So go back here and let's see. So let's undo what I did before here. Let's go back here and bring this down even more. So let's go back to here and let's see where we are at. Okay. Now it goes like the outside here seems to go down way more than what we did. So let's bring this part down like that. Let's see what we have. Yeah, as you can see from this area here, seems to be a little bit closer to the actual shape. Kind of like that. And then let's smooth out this area here. Now the side here has lost a little bit of volume, so bring it back. Bring some of this volume back, because his head is very it's very stylized, so all this volume here that normally you would put, like in a realistic portrait, you would have much more like valleys and stuff like that, and depressions going through all the head. But for this character, his head is very very stylized, something like that. And let's add a little bit of this crease here. I will add the final crease when I make after the retopology, when I make the proper mask. But for now, also there's something that I just noticed here on the nose. There's a lot of missing volume here. As you can see, this sharp place here, it's completely missing from my model. So let's see if we can get back some of that. I think it goes kind of here where the eyebrows are supposed to be. Again, let's try to keep sharp detail, something like that. And then if I smooth it out here, let's see, let's bring back some of this detail here, and the crease that goes to in the eyebrows. So okay, let's see what we're at. Let's pinch a little bit here, define this shape a bit better, like so. And we can also pinch the crease here of the forehead, although yeah, kind of like that. And let's see, I think it's still not enough. And this actually, the eyebrow seemed to come out quite a bit. Yeah, it actually comes out more than this part, as you can see here. So, but let's see, do I have a image of him with the mask from the side? Let's see, let me see this one. It's very hard to tell from this image, because when I look at it from here, yeah, so my brows here goes a lot inside, while he actually, it's very straight. Look at here, all this space that he has here. So I need to bring this outside. And up and up like this. And then maybe adjust here this shape, and then bring it back down from the front. Let's see, I need to bring out these volumes here that he has, so let's fill in these gaps like so. And the nose, maybe it's less, maybe less volume here, this area. And now I can try, let's see, I can't see it from here. I can try to re-add, but actually I've just noticed also like the nose, it has this bulge here, right? It doesn't go, yeah, the one that I made is it goes down like that, kind of like straight like so. And it has this kind of a Spartan helmet profile, kind of a Greek statue profile. And let's see, let's go back here and let's try to add again this detail in. The subdivision level that I'm using, it's probably not enough, but let's see what I can get. So I don't really want to go too high of the subdivision at this stage, because I'm not making like super tiny details yet. Now this is too, definitely goes outside too much, but now what I can do, I can go to my polish brush and start define this shape like so. And I can pull it back. Let's see. Let's try S polish. So I can push a little bit better this detail in, like that. And actually this goes so the shape goes in a little bit like that, like so. And now it goes out a little bit too much, but let's bring back some of this volume, lost volume here, like so. And let's see. Let's go to, okay, so these creases that they go outward, they should actually go inward. They should actually be like that. Something like this. And I can define them a little bit better, but this perhaps. Let's go back to our saved view and see what we got. Yeah, it's more like it. Maybe spread them apart a little bit more, kind of like this. But now I got this this shape going on, which is what I wanted. However, let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna use the pinch brush on the nose here to make the nose. You can see, yes, this very defined shape of the nose, very sharp shape going on. So with the pinch brush, I can kind of go in and define this a little bit as well. And then let's see, we smooth out here a little bit. And make it a little bit narrow, like so. And then I'm gonna define the same way. I'm gonna define the bottom, the bottom part of the nose. So again, pinch, and I'm going to brush here to create this kind of a regular shape. It doesn't have to be super squared. I mean, it's not a robot, but I want him to have this kind of a distinct profile. Again, like a kind of like a Greek statue. Maybe move this part. This part up a little bit. Let's see. Actually, it's very sharp. His nose, it's very, very sharp. Let's move it outside like that. Really like a Spartan helmet. And then maybe with polish brush, I can flatten out a little bit this area. Let's see. Although the nose, maybe it's not. Maybe it's a little bit too flat now. Something more like this would do. And let's define the nostrils. To do that, I'm gonna use again Dem standard brush. And so the nostrils go kind of like this. Let's turn off this a little bit. Like so. Maybe also I can define a little bit better this part, that. Let's see what we're at. Actually, the shape, where was it? The shape of the nose there. Looks like maybe the nostrils can go a little bit outside, a little bit more. And let's smooth out this part like that. And let's move a little bit these polygons here to define the shape. And let's see what we have. So if we go back to our custom one image, and it was here. Might be a little bit difficult to see, but yeah, it's not too bad. Maybe a little bit wider, like that. But it's pretty close, I'd say. Like this. And this part should be a little bit erased, just a little bit, like the corner here, and maybe move it outside. And again, with the pinch brush, I can just pinch this area, pinch along the edge here to define this a little bit better. Something like that. And I can also pinch here, the side of the nose, to define it a little bit better as well. Maybe it doesn't go outside as much. Just bring it back, and this should be quite sharp. But again, I think I want more volume on the nostril here, so let's increase that like so. A bit more volume here on the nostrils. And yeah, I kind of do want to add one level of subdivision, but I'll wait until I got my retopology done, so I will have this feature like nostrils and stuff like that. They will be more defined by the new topology, and then I can just go in there and only add the detail where it's really needed. Let's see, let's open up this area a little bit more, like so. And smooth it out a little bit. Let's see. I think now this is too much. I erased the nostril too much. It's supposed to be this part here, it's supposed to be higher. Like that. And is supposed to be, let's see, actually even more. Let's go with the clay brush. Let's dig a little bit better here, this part of the nose, of the nostril, because it's very flat looking, at least from this image. So it kind of goes like that. And then let's smooth out this area here. So something like that. Like that. Add some more volume here to the nostrils. And a little bit more here. Okay, and now let's go back to the pinch brush and let's pinch here a little bit, like so. Okay. Starting to looking pretty good, I think. Let's click save, just to, so we don't lose what we have done so far, in case ZBrush decided to crash and abandon us, since he does that. He likes to do that sometimes. Let's go to our custom view. Let's see what we have here. So, and now the nose seems to be a little bit too low. I mean too high. Let's bring it down, bring it back down a little bit more. So what I want to do, it's gonna, actually I want to flatten out this area a little bit better, like so. So kind of like that. Let's go back here and see. It goes even more down. Alright. Let's bring down the nose a little bit more. Maybe like that. Yeah, that's better. And maybe let's shrink the tip of the nose a little bit, like that. So, okay, so the shape is starting to look pretty cool. Now for the mouth, for now, let's fill in this volume 1 second and smooth it out like that. I smooth it a little bit too much. Because what I want to do, I want to just do like a small cut with the dem standard, something like this for now. Okay, which is obviously, again, this is perfectly symmetrical, but select pinch. I want to pinch together like this. Just to have some some line, and the lower lip actually it comes out, it has volume. If you can see from here, the whole mouth, it's connected, it goes down straight like with the chin. So let's try to add a little bit of that volume. But it's actually, it's gonna be, actually let's do something else. Let's go back to here. And I'm gonna paint a selection. Maybe actually just a drag rectangle like so. And what I'm gonna do, I'm also gonna select this area like this, so this is all masked, and maybe I'm gonna add this area as well. Let's smooth out. Oops. Let's smooth out. Actually, no, I don't want to smooth out that, because I want to move this like so outside, and since the lip is masked, as you can see, you get kind of a nice separation here. Obviously, you get this dirty topology going on there, but that's fine, because I'm gonna go and retopologize the head, so it's gonna be very sharp and clean once that's done. Maybe like pinch. Like so. Yeah, something like that, which is pretty cool. His lips coming out like that, I like it. Let's smooth out a little bit here. Just again, we will be defining the mouth once I do the retopology. And then, alright, and then one last thing that I want to do. Let's click on quick save. I want to add the eyelids. Now this is gonna be part of the mask. Let's see. but the character, well, I mean, to be honest, the mask, it's almost like it's painted on him. But I mean, I think it does have a little bit of thickness, but it's like it's like 1 millimeter, so it's basically gonna be like his face. It's almost like it's painted. So I want to create the eyelids, and to do that, I'm actually gonna use the sphere here. Let me see what's going on here. The shape is weird. So let's bring this back a little bit like that. Now, to create the eyelids, I'm going to let me think. I'm going to duplicate I'm gonna duplicate the sphere that I'm using for the eyes. Duplicate. I'm gonna subdivide them, and I'm going to deformation and inflate a little bit, just a little bit, because the eyelids are only slightly bigger than the actual eyes. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna draw a mask. Let's see, something like that maybe. Let's go to masking and click on sharpen mask, so I get a little bit of a sharper thing going on. And now invert the selection, and what I'm gonna do, I'm going to deformation and inflate, but on the other side, like so. And this will give me something to work with. So let's go to Dynamesh. Let's see, maybe 256. Whoa, absolutely not. Let's go to 1024 maybe. Let's see. Okay. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna go even higher. 2048. And so this is my Dynamesh. And I want to add a little bit more thickness to it. So I'll go back to deformation and inflate it just a little bit like that. And now that I have the eyelids, I'm going to deform these eyelids. Let me see. Let's go here and let me mask this bottom eyelids. Like that, so I can modify this. And let's see, let's move the top eyelid kind of like there, and this should be on the corner of the eye, something like so. Having a separate polygroups obviously helps me a lot. Gives me a lot of control on where exactly I want my eyelid to go. Let's see. Let's go to my custom view. I'm gonna use only this eye here because again this pose is not gonna match. So the top eyelid goes kind of like here. And the bottom eyelid, actually the eye is supposed to go down. So let's go back to our head and let's drop down the shape here. What's going on? Aha, that's what's going on. Let's see. Let's create a void here so I can then move my this part a little bit better. So let's see. I'm just basically creating the emptiness where the eyeball goes, and the reason is because this will allows me to move this the lower eye and the upper eye with a little bit more control. So now I can just go here and grab this part and move it down where I want it to be. I don't really have to worry about the shape inside here because there's the eyes, the sphere of the eyes is there. So there you go. Yeah, so it goes a little bit like that. Now let's bring this shape back outside. Let's see, like so, and let's fix this volume loss that I had here. Let me see. So this goes quite a bit inside this part. So again, very stylized shape. Could be something like that. I will adjust the crease there, but for now, let's see. Yeah, it's kind of there. But actually, no, it's actually here. I forgot that what I was looking was not the... That's actually the eyelid, so I need to bring this even more down, probably around here, because this is gonna be the eyelid. It's gonna be defined by the eyelid, so something like that maybe. Let's see. And if I go back to the one you can see from the side, I need this one, not this one. There. There isn't like this much space that I created here. It's actually much more flat, so I'm gonna have to remove this volume here. like so. Whoa. And let's see. I need to be careful to not smooth out too much, like the cheekbones, although it doesn't seem to have particularly defined. You can see here it's a little bit, it could be, I think it's gonna be probably okay. Now the top here of the eyelid needs to be adjusted as well, like so. Let's see. Let's try to match the shape of the eyelid with the shape of the head. Let's smooth out here a little bit, and now I can go back to my eyelids, invert the mask, and now I can just drop this where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to go, which, so it's kind of like goes a little bit like that. Let's see, down like so. Like that. Let's move it, and let's see what we're gonna do with the shape. So go back here. Okay, so this area, the attachment area here, actually supposed to be higher. So let's bring it up. Like that. Actually, this needs to go pretty much in contact with the top eyelid, something like that. And kind of like that. And then the bottom, let's see, this part goes a little bit more down. It has this interesting shape going on here, something like that. And then we can push it in a little bit. Doesn't need to be that much outside compared to the eye, but something like that maybe. And just try to adjust, let's see, top eyelid, let's make it join with this one, like that. And kind of like so. Something like that. And now back to our head. Let's redraw this crease of the eye. Let's see. So there's a problem here. There's a loss of volume. So let's bring that back. Here as well. So we're gonna smooth this part like this. Okay. And let's try to bring back the volume here. And also this, let's try to redefine the arch of the underline of the eye a little bit. Use the pinch brush again just to sharpen things up. And let's see. Maybe I can bring this volume here a little bit more outside. Something like that, perhaps. Let me see from here. So from this view, it doesn't seem to be super sharp. However, when he wears the mask, looks like it's sharper. So let's just keep that for now. Let's see. So he has this double, kind of like the folds of the skin. They seem to be, yeah, like kind of like this, right? And again, these they probably change with different expressions, so I'm not gonna be super concerned of getting them right now. Actually, the shape here of the head. Let's see, let's go back here. Maybe we can dive a little bit inside here, a little bit more, like so. And create a little bit more space for the top eyelid to move around. Kind of like that. Right. Even more. And like that maybe. Let's see if moving this guy a little bit here, just to trying to uniform, make the shape a little bit more organic. Like it's in here. Actually, from this image, it looks like the top eyelid goes out quite a bit more than I expected. So we can just pop this guy up like that, like so. Yeah, that's starting to look pretty good. So again, I'm not super concerned about the cleanliness of the surface right now, because that will be addressed after I do the retopology. So for example, like here the mouth is still very rough. Again, here it's not sharp, but this will be fixed when I do the retopology, which is gonna be the next step, or maybe before that. I think I'm gonna detail a little bit better the hands and the feet. I'm gonna do the same thing in the next video. I'm gonna do the same thing where I go through and redefine a little bit better the shape of the hands, especially because in the previous video I just sketched them in, but I want them obviously to be ready when I go for the retopology. They need to be as close as possible for the real final shape. And so yeah, I think this is looking pretty good. I'm quite happy on how this is turning out. So alright, I think let's do first of all, let's save. So this is gonna be 004 and save. And so I'm gonna also do a quick save just to be sure. But yeah, I'm pretty happy on how it's turning out too. And so maybe so next time, actually one last thing I want to do here is kind of like adjust the shape of the neck a little bit, make it a little bit more round, but like that, and smooth out this area here. And kind of like this, right? Okay. So let's see. That's the one. Wrong image. And considering that the pose is different and the reference images is not symmetrical, and the perspective is not the same, and etc., etc. Overall, I think the proportions are pretty good. So again, quick save and resave here. So I think I'm gonna conclude this video now, and see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.